I can see. Well, I can see if there are people are watching. If
All right,
anybody.
so we are live. We are live. All right, so what is going on, everybody? Welcome to this live case study that I have with my client, Rachel. I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself in just a second, but I wanted to give you guys a behind the scenes look on like how it involves building your website, like different things of she has a nonprofit, her and her counterparts. So we're going to give you guys a behind the scene look at what that looks like, the whole rollout of that and the thought process behind that. So Rachel and I have been working together for a few years. But I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce to you guys her nonprofit. If feel free to introduce your other businesses as well. Just let us know like a little bit about you and what you do out here in the world.
Hey, everybody. My name is Rachel Swift. I am the co-chair of the Pottstown Heritage Group. We are a 501c3 nonprofit in Huntersville. We are a small, um, diverse, historically Black community that typically nobody really knows about, tucked away over in Huntersville. And our vision is to restore, preserve, and revitalize the Pottstown community. We do that through our mission statement, which is to empower the residents of Pottstown with the tools and resources to combat the negative effects of gentrification and displacement and just all the all around change. Our community is about 80% um, elderly, so they're all aging in place. So, looking to just build trust and to get them the services that they need because they've been overlooked for such a quite long time.
Okay. Do you care to introduce your other businesses? You don't have to. I just put it out there if you wanted to.
No, it's okay. So Tommy and I met. We were actually a part of a cohort given by the county that dealt with government contracting. I own a residential and commercial cleaning business, and from again that class, Tommy and I have kind of built up this relationship and just networking, branding, understanding social media because it is not my strong point. I'd rather I say go chase butterflies than to to be behind the computer all the time, even though I find myself there a lot. But so that's a little bit about my actual income driven work.
Look, I tell a lot of people, I feel like my business and like this side of my business and the government contracting side of my business is like two different things. But like the people in the government contracting side, I'm like, Rachel's the one that keep me together because Rachel knows all the events. Rachel knows like everything. I'm like, so she is always the one behind the scenes being like, if you sign up for this, are you going to that? I'm like, because Rachel's the plug. It was like, at this point, if Rachel is there, I expect for you to come too because that's just how I look at it. I was like, good because Rachel is the one. Like I don't know. But thank you for going ahead and sharing that. So I did want to talk to you a little bit about okay, you guys started your organization, and so of course whenever anybody is starting a business or a nonprofit or just trying to get their message out there in the world, they're always saying okay, you have to get your logo, you have to get your website, and I definitely believe in that. So can you tell us a little bit about okay from where you started when you said, okay, let me go ahead and reach out to Tommy to go ahead and get this website done to like where you guys are now? Like what kind of state of mind were you in then and like how are you guys like feeling about it or if you're getting any benefits from it now? Can you tell us a little bit about what that looked like for you?
So for us from the beginning, we always knew we were going to have a website. Again, because nobody really knows about Pottstown, so we knew that it was going to be important. But we are a new, we are a new nonprofit. We've
Mm.
just established in the last year. So, getting to that point and being able to put everything that we've done so far on a platform, it just took some time to be able to do so. So we're just excited to be at that moment now to have a page that we can truly, redirect everybody to. I mean, before it was like months before we kind of got everything together to put everything on just our business cards, and then everybody using digital business cards. And so we are just happy to be like, hey, it's pottstownheritage.org. I mean, it's that simple for people to look us up and find us. And now I'm excited that we have a platform that we can take donations to. We can take donations and start to build out the things that our community needs.
Right. And I definitely wanted to speak to that part as far as like, whenever, and not just with a business, like also with your organization, like we need funding. And there's other things that we need. And also, I don't want to like say selling, but pretty much we do need help selling people into, our story, selling people into, what it is that we do. So like, did that help in any way, shape, or form as far as getting the word out there when it comes to what Pottstown is doing in the community?
Yes, yes. Again, like I said, 100%. We are United Way Neighborhoods Guarantee, so that gave us the funds to be able to pay for our website. So I
Listen.
say that in all, we are happy about that. Even been excited about getting that grant again to be able to have this because it's everything is just not word of mouth anymore. You definitely need a website for not even people just to know about us, for any major funders that want to see the work that we're doing and that we are who we say we are. We're about what we say we're doing. We're just not out there, saying and then not doing the work. We are truly out there in the grassroots, on the ground, doing these things every day, and people want to see that. It, like you said, it ties back to our whole story, and what got us each individually into forming the nonprofit.
Mhm. Right. Yeah, I definitely agree. So another question, what has been like the best part of this whole experience so far for you? Like what's been the best part of getting your website built out so far? You know what? I won't even limit it to website. I won't limit it to that. Like your best part of this whole experience, you know, I'll leave that up to you. What's been your best part? How would you describe
So
it in your words?
um, I would say being able to call and text you and be like, yeah, I messed up. Like, what y'all don't know is I did a lot of weird things in order to kind of get to this place, because I thought I could do some things on my own and realized I did not. And I just went away the wrong way of getting the domain name and just different things that I think did kind of hamper our progress in between just having a very busy lifestyle. So I can say that, texting Tommy and saying, oh, yeah, I did it. I'm sorry. So for me, my moment is like, okay, I'm actually typing in my domain name and it's popping up and we're there. It's yeah.
So that feeling of like going from you, because I laugh at it. For the people who are watching who don't know, I'm like, in my mind, I'd be like, Rachel, stop touching stuff. Just leave it alone. But so yeah, so that feeling of going from you being bored and be like, let me just try this out, and be like, oh okay, that messed up, to actually being like, okay, I can actually type this in, and now it's done and it's finished, and so like we're able to build out our digital platform. So what kind of words would you kind of use to describe that feeling when you was like, oh okay, we're
Relief,
finally out there?
relief, and it's a task completed.
Yeah, it was definitely a task completed on your end. Yeah, so yeah, and it was a good experience, and I feel like a lot of people, whenever they are working with, I think I'll just say like creatives in general, like some people aren't like personable, like some creatives, they're just kind of like, I like to stay in my little bubble, I just want to stay here. Like some people don't even really want to like have that much contact with you. They're like, email me, like make sure you like, I don't want to get on the phone with you, pretty much. So like I always try to make sure I try to provide an experience where my clients feel comfortable. I try to make sure that if they are hiring me for this job, then okay, then I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do my service. I'm going to make sure that I'm providing the experience that I'm saying that I'm providing to them. So yeah, I'll ask you for a customer review. Like what has been your experience as far as like on a scale of, well, I'm scared to ask this question, on a scale of um 1 to 5.
Well, my customer experience is a 5. I mean, we have a great, like I said, we already are colleagues, so we really just have a really great rapport. And the fact that I'm able to be myself with you definitely goes a long way. I have to have that comfortability with anybody that I work with.
Mhm.
Sometimes I have bad days, sometimes I have great days, but for me, the work still on both sides, my nonprofit, my for profit, they have to get done. And sometimes I just don't know what that looks like. So having somebody that's just very easygoing, very, um, you are very well versed, you know your things, you know all of that, but also I'm able to talk to you. And again, we have that really working relationship that neither of us gets frustrated, that we're able to have this moment and laugh
Right.
about all the things, all the buttons that I touched. It's a good thing for me.
Awesome. So somebody in the comments asked, where can we get more information about your website or about your business?
Which business?
Well, yeah. So Miss Shirley, which business? So she owns a cleaning business, and she also she's a part of a nonprofit. So I know for the nonprofit, you guys can go to the new website that she has, pottstownheritage.org. You can give them the website for your cleaning business if you want to, but I'm assuming she's talking about the Pottstown, but I'm not sure. I see some of my clients in the comments. What's going on, everybody? Can you give her the domain for your other business?
Yeah, it's cleanchicksrock.com. So it's clean, CLEAN, chicks, CHICKS, rock.com.
And so another thing I wanted to bring up because you mentioned that because I know you were shopping, at one point, and so that was another thing that you brought up. You was like, the price points were similar or like somewhere around each other, but you was like, I just felt like the experience with you would be like a lot better than the other person. So I think that says a lot about just me as a business person. And I was like, okay, well, I might be out here doing a little something then. I'm not just out here just trying to just trying to get business. I might actually be bringing a little bit more to the table. So I just thought that was a unique point to bring up as well. But if you want to speak to that, you can. But I was like, okay, I thought that was interesting.
No, I mean, it definitely is the truth. You have to meet people in business that you're going to give your money to know, again, that you have that relationship, to have difficult conversations, easy conversations. I'm able to actually ask you questions without there being defensive or just being wholeheartedly your own true self with that. And I think for me, you exemplify that. And for me as a business owner and the vice chair of a nonprofit, that is very important to me to have those relationships. And I think it's why, when I see an event or I see a contract or whatever, I'm swinging them your way. They're not going to anybody else. I am truly about, if I say I'm gonna send you a contact, I'm gonna send you that contact on both ways, or I'm gonna
You did
send you an event, I'm gonna send it, and I'm gonna follow up and be like, "Well, did you do it?"
right.
And you do that. You do show up. And again, that's also another benefit that you offer to your clients, is that if they ask you to do something, you show up. And that's a way of building, again, relationships and having that mutual respect and understanding of what that person does. Because later down the line, you may have to revamp somebody's branding strategy based on the events that they've gone to. And you won't know that if you don't have that relationship. And people are just not going to give you that information all the time. So I think it's very important for your social media brand marketing to really have a true understanding of who you are, and not even for me searching out clients I know in my cleaning business, they have to be a good fit for me as a business owner.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, and that's important. I make sure I tell everybody that I'm just like, yeah, you can't just give me your money. Like, if I don't feel like it's going to work out, I'm like, you know what? Respectfully, I'm going to have to decline because I feel like that energy is going to be in the work that I do. So, like, whether that's in your website and somebody feels wonky whenever they go to your website, like, I'm not really getting the vibe I'm supposed to get from that, or like you just the whole experience with us. So I'm just like, I want the whole experience to be good as well as the product or service that I'm offering. So yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, yeah, no, you can't just hand me your money and I'm going to be like, okay, yeah, come on in. But yeah, so yeah, I'm really big on that. So we are gonna go ahead and wrap up in a little bit because I feel like me and Rachel, like I feel like I'm more of an introvert. Well, I feel like we're both probably introverts, but I have extrovert tendencies. So I feel like Rachel's just kind of like but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. So in closing, anybody who is interested in like getting maybe they have a nonprofit or because you have a nonprofit and you own a business. So like anybody who was where you were as far as like contemplating getting a website or going through a brand, like getting a brand done or a rebrand, is there any advice that you would give them, or what would you have to say to them?
Hire somebody. Because, in both worlds, our time is valuable. And the more time you have to devote to your business, your passion, your nonprofit, it's worth it. I mean, it truly is. And again, it's going to save you a lot of missteps and backwards pedaling if somebody else is just doing, for it. I know, costs can be all over the place because things are competitive, but if you like somebody, stick with them, ask them, can you give me a budget? Can we work something out? Like, but just offset it because
Yeah.
technology constantly changes and you don't want to be in that loop. It's not fun.
Yeah, I had a call with somebody and they were just like they were asking me like questions about like different social media stuff, and I'm just like, I know in their head it's big, but it's really not that big. But you have to, that's where it comes. That part comes in where you have to hire these people that are like skilled at this, people that they do this, every day, so they can keep you in the loop. Because you might be thinking, okay, if I do this, I might get this result, but then in actuality, it's kind of like, okay, I might have wasted time on that, or like in your case, oh, I messed this all the way up. Like how, like help me, like I need help now. So yeah, it's very important to make sure you just go ahead and hire those people that can pretty much get you from where you are to where you want to be, because it saves you a lot of headache, a lot of time, and you get to the result a whole lot quicker. So yeah, if we don't have any questions in the comments, if anybody has any questions, let us know. But if not, we are gonna go ahead and sign off. Thank you guys for joining, and I'm gonna go ahead and give Rachel her time back. Rachel, thank you for hanging out with us, and I will talk to you guys later. All right.